Hey folks, welcome back to Scape News. Jeff here. While we wait for Jackie to make continued improvements, we did some researching and put together a pretty good one for you. A lot of information I think you will enjoy. So sit back, like the video, subscribe if you haven't, share it with a friend, ring the bell for notification. Of course, if you'd like, you could always consider getting a subscription. Lots of perks to go with that. But anyhow, not necessary. This should be a real good one that we're going to turn over to our assistant and let you enjoy. Thanks as always, and be safe.
Millions of people around the world have spent years watching one bald eagle family. They've celebrated hatchlings, held their breath through blizzards, and watched two wild eagles become internet icons. But no one was prepared for what happened next. One morning, America's most famous bald eagle was found injured, weak, and struggling to survive. Veterinarians soon discovered she was running out of time. The only thing that might save her was the blood of another bald eagle. And the eagle that answered the call had a remarkable story of her own. For years, the Friends of Big Bear Valley Nest Cam has offered an intimate look into the lives of two wild bald eagles named Jackie and Shadow. Perched high above Big Bear Lake in Southern California, their nest has become one of the most watched wildlife cameras on Earth. Millions of viewers have tuned in to witness courtship, egg-laying, harsh winter storms, heartbreak, and the successful raising of young eaglets. Unlike zoo animals, Jackie and Shadow are completely wild. Their lives unfold naturally, with every triumph and every setback visible to anyone watching. That authenticity has created a worldwide community of eagle enthusiasts who celebrate every milestone and worry through every challenge. But nature doesn't follow a script, and even the strongest eagles face dangers few people ever see. Coming up, we'll discover why bald eagles sometimes fight to the death, how veterinarians solved a medical problem with no existing blood bank, and why an injured eagle named Spirit became the unexpected hero of Jackie's fight for survival. The attack shocked millions of viewers, but according to eagle experts, it wasn't unusual. It was simply something humans rarely witness. Territorial conflicts between bald eagles happen more often than most people realize. Researchers sometimes refer to these fierce confrontations as eagle wars. Young eagles spend years waiting for an opportunity to claim a territory and find a mate. Scientists call these birds subadults, usually between 2 and 4 years old. They haven't yet developed the distinctive white head and tail of fully mature adults. When a breeding territory becomes vulnerable, these younger birds seize the opportunity. Sometimes the battles end quickly. Sometimes they turn deadly. Jackie became locked in one of these territorial disputes after an apparent confrontation with younger eagles. Video captured the aftermath as she struggled near the shoreline of Big Bear Lake. But something about her condition puzzled wildlife experts. She wasn't suffering from catastrophic external injuries, yet she was rapidly declining. After being rescued and transported to the Ojai Raptor Center, veterinarians began running tests. The results were alarming. Jackie was suffering from severe anemia. Her kidneys were inflamed. She was dangerously weak. Despite the lack of major visible injuries, her condition was critical. Without immediate intervention, her chances of survival were fading. Then veterinarians faced another challenge. Human hospitals have blood banks. Many veterinary hospitals do as well. But when your patient is a bald eagle, there is no blood bank. If Jackie was going to receive a transfusion, another healthy bald eagle would have to become the donor. The search was on. Where do you find a healthy bald eagle willing to donate blood? That answer would come from an eagle that could never return to the wild. Before we continue, it's important to clear up something that confused many longtime Big Bear Eagle followers. The spirit featured in this story is not Spirit, the offspring of Jackie and Shadow from several years ago. This spirit is a different bald eagle entirely. She lives at Kamzu. Years earlier, Spirit suffered permanent injuries to one wing and one eye. Those injuries meant she could never safely survive in the wild. Instead, she became what conservationists call an ambassador animal, helping educate the public about wildlife while receiving lifelong care. When the Ojai Raptor Center contacted Kamzu looking for a potential donor, the answer came almost immediately. Yes, Spirit was healthy. Spirit was compatible. And Spirit could help save another bald eagle she would never meet. Veterinarians carefully anesthetized Spirit and collected a small amount of blood. The procedure carried risks. Even healthy donor birds must be carefully monitored before, during, and after transfusion. Fortunately, Spirit recovered quickly. She was soon awake, eating normally, and showing no complications. For her, it was a routine recovery. For Jackie, it represented a second chance. At the Ojai Raptor Center, veterinarians prepared Jackie for one of the most unusual procedures performed in wildlife rehabilitation. The donated blood from Spirit was carefully administered while Jackie remained under close observation. Then, everyone waited. Within a day, encouraging signs began to appear. Jackie became more alert. She started eating on her own. Her strength slowly began returning. Although she remained in critical condition, the transfusion appeared to provide exactly the boost veterinarians had hoped for. It was a remarkable example of wildlife professionals working together across organizations to save a single life. This story isn't simply about one injured eagle. It's about an extraordinary network of people dedicated to protecting wildlife. It is about wildlife rehabilitators, veterinarians, zoo professionals, conservation organizations, and millions of people whose connection to Jackie and Shadow began with nothing more than a live camera overlooking a nest high above Big Bear Lake. Without that camera, Jackie might have disappeared without anyone ever knowing what happened. Without experienced wildlife rehabilitators, she may never have received the care she needed. Without Spirit, there would have been no blood transfusion. Sometimes conservation happens on mountaintops. Sometimes it happens inside a wildlife hospital. And sometimes one eagle helps save another. Stories like this don't have just one hero. They are made possible by an entire community of people who dedicate their lives to wildlife conservation. Our thanks go to the incredible Sandy Steers, who was the first to bring such attention to these now famous eagle, and to the volunteers and staff at Friends of Big Bear Valley, whose Nest cameras and tireless dedication have inspired millions of people around the world to care about these magnificent birds. To the extraordinary local Big Bear Fire Department, veterinarians, technicians, and wildlife rehabilitators at the Ojai Raptor Center, whose expertise and determination gave Jackie a fighting chance. To the dedicated team at Kamzu, who immediately stepped forward when another eagle was needed, and to Spirit, whose donation became a lifeline, and to the countless volunteers, supporters, wildlife officers, transport teams, and conservation partners who work behind the scenes every day, often without recognition, to protect injured birds of prey and return them to the skies. Your compassion, professionalism, and commitment remind us that conservation is built not only on science, but on people who refuse to give up. This spirit will likely never soar freely over the mountains again. Jackie will probably never know the eagle whose blood gave her another chance. Yet for one extraordinary moment, the lives of two very different bald eagles became forever connected. One was a famous wild mother followed by millions. The other was an injured ambassador whose greatest flight had already ended. Together, they reminded us that conservation is not only about protecting species, it's also about the compassion, dedication, and cooperation of the people and the animals who make survival possible. For those that just can't get enough, we've added a few clips from earlier in the month for your enjoyment. I'm Jeff's assistant, and this has been Scape News. If you enjoyed the story, Don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories from the natural world and beyond. Until next time, thanks for watching, and as always, be safe.
Thank you.